Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Without Pressure. My name is Anna, and I'm so happy to have you with us today. This is the place where English feels easy and fun, so you can learn without any stress.
Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Noah, and we're really excited to have you listening. If you enjoy learning English in a relaxed and friendly way, you're in the right place. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe for more.
All right, today we're going to talk about something super interesting. We all make mistakes, right? Especially with English. There are some phrases that we say every day, but we don't always say them correctly.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Even I've said these wrong sometimes. But don't worry, we're here to help you out. So let's dive in and fix some common mistakes one by one.
The first phrase we'll talk about is something many people say. I have 20 years. Sounds good, right? Well, it's not quite right in English.
That's a very common mistake. The correct way to say it is, I'm 20 years old. We use I'm because we're talking about our age, not having something.
Exactly. And I know it's tricky because in some languages people say it just like I have. But in English, we use I am when talking about age. It's simple, right? So now you know. Next time you talk about your age, just say, I'm 20 years old.
And it's not just for age. You'll hear people use I'm for other things, like emotions, too, like I'm happy or I'm tired. It's the same pattern.
That's right. And speaking of emotions, another common mistake is when people say, I'm agree. That sounds a little off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. The correct way is simply I agree. We don't need I'm before agree.
Exactly. You can say, I agree, I disagree, or even, I'm not sure. But I'm agree is never right. Let's remember that one.
Okay, here's another one. Have you ever heard someone say, I'm thinking to go? It sounds familiar, right? But it's wrong.
Yes, the correct phrase is, I'm thinking of going. We use thinking of when we talk about plans or ideas.
Exactly. So you can say, I'm thinking of going to the park, or I'm thinking of studying later, but never ever say thinking to. It's always thinking of.
And if you're not sure about something in the future, you can say, I'm planning to go. That's another way to express the idea of a plan, right?
Yes, that's a great alternative. Planning to go works just fine. So let's move to the next mistake. I'm boring.
Oh, no, not this one. People often say, I'm boring, when they mean I'm bored, but they're not the same.
Exactly. If you say I'm boring, you're saying that you're the type of person who makes others feel bored. But if you want to say you're not having fun, you need to say I'm bored.
Right. So next time you feel a little bit lazy or tired of something, say, I'm bored. And remember, boring is for things or people that make you feel bored.
Now, here's another tricky one. People often say I will to go. I know, sounds strange, right?
Yes, it is strange. The correct phrase is, I will go. We don't need to after will. We just use the base form of the verb, like go, eat, or see.
No to needed. So is really simple once you get used to it. So instead of saying I will to go, just say I will go.
You've got it. And don't forget, will is used for future actions. So you can say, I will study, I will eat, I will travel, and so on.
Okay, we're almost there. The last mistake we'll talk about today is she can to swim. Do you know what's wrong with this one?
Oh, I do. The correct phrase is she can swim. After can, we don't use to. We just say the base form of the verb.
Exactly. So it's she can swim, he can dance, I can sing. No to after can. It's always the base verb.
So there you go, folks. Now you know how to fix some of the most common mistakes people make every day.
Yeah, we've covered a lot today. If you keep practicing these, you'll sound more natural in no time.
And don't forget, learning a language takes time and practice. So keep listening, keep speaking, and you'll improve faster than you think.
And that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We hope these tips helped you.
If you liked this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more fun lessons. Let's keep going. Now, let's take a look at another common mistake people make. I'm boring. We hear this one often, but it's actually not correct in English.
Yes, it's a tricky one. The correct way to say it is I'm bored. I'm boring means you're the type of person who makes other people feel bored. But I'm bored means you're the one feeling bored.
Exactly. So if you're feeling tired or uninterested, you say, I'm bored. But if you say, I'm boring, it sounds like you're telling people you're not fun to be around.
So, next time you feel bored, just say, I'm bored, and you'll be good to go. This one's easy to fix, but really important to get right.
Now, here's another common mistake I hear. She can to swim. It might sound okay, but that to is unnecessary.
Ah, yes. The correct way to say it is she can swim. We don't need to after can. You just say the verb directly after can, like I can dance or they can play.
Right. So remember, with can, it's always just the verb. No to needed. It's such a small thing, but it makes your English sound so much smoother.
Exactly. And this rule applies to all the modal verbs like will, should, and must. For example, I will eat, you should study, or they must leave.
Okay, next up, people often say, I'm looking forward to meet you. This one is really common, but it's not quite right.
Ah, that's a good one. The correct way is I'm looking forward to meeting you. We use the ing form after looking forward to, not the base form of the verb.
Exactly. So you can say, I'm looking forward to meeting you, or I'm looking forward to going on vacation. Just don't forget to add ing after to when it's used in this way.
It's one of those small details that really makes a difference. Once you get this right, your English will sound much more natural.
Let's talk about another one. I have 25 years. It's a mistake that many learners make because in some languages, this is the way they say it.
Yes, but in English, we don't use have when talking about age. We use I am when talking about age, not I have 30.
Exactly. So if you're 30, you should say, I'm 30 years old, not I have 30 years. It's simple once you get the hang of it, and you'll sound much more natural.
Now, let's move on to something else that confuses a lot of people. I'm going to the supermarket for buy food. It sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a common mistake. The correct way to say it is, I'm going to the supermarket to buy food. When we talk about the purpose of an action, we use to plus verb, not for plus verb.
Right, so you can say, I'm going to the park to exercise, or I'm going to the store to get some milk. It's a very easy fix.
Now, let's talk about she doesn't know how to play piano. Again, it sounds almost correct, but there's something missing.
The correct way is she doesn't know how to play the piano. When we talk about musical instruments, we usually use the before the name of the instrument.
Exactly. So it's the piano, the guitar, or the drums. Know how to play piano without the article the.
Moving on, here's another mistake I hear a lot. I'm interested on learning English. That on is the problem here.
Right. The correct way is I'm interested in learning English. We always use in with interested when talking about something you like or want to know more about.
So it's interested in, not interested on. You can say, I'm interested in traveling, or she's interested in music.
Exactly. You're getting the hang of it, and soon you'll be correcting these mistakes without even thinking. Now, let's look at a small mistake people often make when they say, I have a good news.
Ah, that's a big one. The correct phrase is, I have good news. News is always uncountable in English, so we don't say a good news, we just say good news.
Exactly. So next time you have something exciting to share, you can say, I have good news. No needed before news.
And don't forget, news can be both singular and plural in English, but it's always treated as uncountable. You never say a news or news are, just news is or good news.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today. You're doing so well. By fixing these small mistakes, you'll sound like a much more confident English speaker.
Exactly. The key is practice, so don't worry if you make mistakes. Just keep learning and using these new corrections, and you'll improve every day.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed today's lesson and that it helped you understand some of these common mistakes.
And remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Keep going.
Let's keep going. Now let's talk about another common mistake. I'm agree. I hear this one often, but don't worry, we can fix it easily.
Yep, the correct way to say it is I agree. In English, we don't use I'm before agree. The correct structure is simply I agree when you want to show you're in agreement with something.
Exactly. It might seem small, but it makes a big difference. So, next time, just say, I agree. Simple and correct.
That's right. Now, let's move on to something else. A phrase that often confuses people is, she is good in play the piano. This one doesn't sound quite right, does it?
Yes. The correct way to say it is, she is good at playing the piano. When we talk about something that someone is good at, we always use good at, not good in.
Exactly. So instead of saying good in, you should say good at. For example, she's good at cooking or he's good at dancing.
That's right. And this at is really important, especially when we're talking about skills or activities. Let's move on to the next one.
Now we've got something that a lot of people get wrong. I'm waiting for you in the bus stop. It sounds okay, but there's a small mistake here.
The correct phrase is, I'm waiting for you at the bus stop. When we talk about specific locations like the bus stop, we use at, not in.
Exactly. So you can say, I'm waiting for you at the station, or I'll meet you at the entrance. We always use at for specific places.
Perfect. Now let's go to another common mistake. I need to tell to you something. It sounds almost right, but there's a small error.
Yes. The correct phrase is, I need to tell you something. We don't need to after tell when we're talking directly to someone.
So, next time you need to tell someone something, just say, I need to tell you. No tell to, okay? It's a small change, but it makes a big difference.
Now, let's take a look at another one. I will explain you the lesson. It sounds fine, but it's not correct.
The correct way to say it is, I will explain the lesson to you. When we use explain, we always use to when talking about the person we're explaining something to.
Exactly. So instead of saying explain you, just say explain to you. For example, I will explain the rule to you, or she will explain the process to me.
Now, here's one more. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. This one is perfect. It's actually a great example of how to use can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait is a common phrase to express excitement about something that will happen in the future. You can say, I can't wait to meet you, or I can't wait to start this new project.
Exactly. And if you're really excited, this is a great way to express it. It's a fun phrase that makes you sound more natural.
Next, let's talk about another common mistake. I'm very tired. I need to go in bed. That in doesn't belong here.
Right. The correct phrase is, I'm very tired. I need to go to bed. When we talk about going to a place like bed, we always use to.
Exactly. So it's to bed, not in bed. You can also say, I need to go to work, or I need to go to sleep.
Now, another one that gets people confused. I have been here since 3 hours. Doesn't sound right, does it?
Nope, it doesn't. The correct phrase is, I have been here for 3 hours. When talking about a period of time, we use for, not since.
Exactly. And since is used when we talk about a specific point in time, like since 10 a.m. or since last week. But with a period of time like 3 hours, you use for.
Perfect. We've gone through a lot of corrections today, but we still have more to cover.
All right, let's move on to some more common mistakes. Here's one I hear a lot. I'm boring. This is definitely one that needs a little fixing.
Yep. The correct way to say it is I'm bored. If you say I'm boring, it means you're saying you make other people feel bored, which is not what you want to say.
Exactly. If you're feeling uninterested or tired, say, I'm bored. But if you want to talk about something or someone making you feel bored, you'd use boring. For example, this movie is boring, or this class is boring.
Right. So next time you feel like you've had enough, just say I'm bored, not I'm boring. It's a simple difference, but it makes a huge impact.
Here's another one that confuses a lot of people. I'm going to work every day by car. You might think it sounds fine, but it's actually a little off.
The correct phrase is I go to work every day by car. Actually, it should be I go to work every day by car. We use the present simple to talk about things we do regularly, like routines.
Exactly. You use the present continuous when something is happening right now, like I'm going to work right now. But when you're talking about habits or routines, use the present simple. I go to work every day by car.
That's right. Now, let's fix another mistake. How many times have you heard someone say, I will explain you the situation?
It happens a lot. The correct way to say it is, I will explain the situation to you. With explain, we always need to use to when we're talking about the person we're explaining something to.
Exactly. It's explain to you, not explain you. So you can say, I will explain this to you, or he will explain the process to me.
And that's a small fix that makes a big difference. Now, let's take a look at a classic one. She's very good to cook. And this is something I hear a lot, but it's not quite right.
The correct way to say it is, she's very good at cooking. When talking about skills or abilities, we always use good at, not good to.
Exactly. So you should say, she's good at cooking. He's good at playing soccer. Or I'm good at speaking English. It's a simple but important rule to remember.
Let's move on to another one. I'm looking forward to meet you. It sounds good, but it's not quite right.
The correct phrase is, I'm looking forward to meeting you. After looking forward to, we always use the ing form of the verb.
Right. So you'd say, I'm looking forward to meeting you, or I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. It's one of those small changes that will make you sound much more natural in English.
Here's another one that people sometimes get confused with. I'm tired. I need to rest for a few minutes. That one sounds okay, but there's a little correction.
The correct version is, I'm tired. I need to rest for a few minutes. When talking about a period of time, we use for, not during.
Exactly. So you'd say, I need to rest for a few minutes, or I need to sleep for an hour. You don't say rest during a few minutes, just rest for.
That's right. Now let's talk about something else. When we use borrow, we usually say, can I borrow your book? But people sometimes say, can I borrow a book from you?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The correct phrase is, can I borrow your book? When you want to borrow something from someone, you simply say borrow plus your plus thing.
Yes, exactly. You don't need to say from you because borrow already implies that. For example, can I borrow your pen? Or can I borrow your phone?
Perfect. Now let's look at another tricky one. She's married with John. I know this is one many people get wrong.
Yes, the correct way to say it is she's married to John. When we talk about marriage in English, we use married to, not married with.
Exactly. So it's always married to, like she's married to John or he's married to Sarah. No married with needed.
All right, let's end this part with one last common mistake. I have been working here since 2 years. There's something a little off about that.
Yes, the correct phrase is I have been working here for 2 years. We use for to talk about a period of time, like 2 years, and since is used for a specific moment in time, like since 2015.
Exactly. So if you're talking about a period of time, use for, and if you're talking about a specific moment, use since. For example, I've been studying English for 5 years, or I've been studying English since 2015.
All right, we're almost there. We've covered so many mistakes today, but don't worry, we're not done yet. Let's look at another one that trips people up. I'm used to wake up early.
Ah, yes. The correct way to say it is, I'm used to waking up early. When we use used to, we need to add the ing form of the verb.
Exactly. So you say, I'm used to waking up early, or she's used to studying at night. It's a small change, but it makes your sentence sound much more natural.
Now, here's another one that confuses people. She's married since 2 years. A lot of people make this mistake, but it's easy to fix.
The correct way is, she's been married for 2 years. We use been with the present perfect when talking about a period of time, like for 2 years.
Exactly. So remember, she's been married for 2 years, or I've lived here for 5 years. It's the present perfect we're using for this.
All right, now let's talk about a very common one. I'm agree with you. This sounds like it's okay, but it's not quite right.
Yes, the correct way to say it is, I agree with you. We don't need I'm before agree. Just say, I agree when you want to express your agreement.
Exactly. So next time someone says something you agree with, just say, I agree with you. It's simple and it's the correct way to do it.
Here's another one that confuses people. I'm learning English since 2 years. That since is a little off in this case.
The correct way is, I've been learning English for 2 years. We use for when talking about a period of time, and since for a specific point in time. So, since 2019 or since last week.
Exactly. So when you're talking about an ongoing action like learning English, always use for with the present perfect. I've been learning English for 2 years. That's perfect.
Here's another one people often say, I'm interesting in history. This one can be a bit tricky.
The correct phrase is, I'm interested in history. When you talk about your interests, you say interested in, not interesting in.
Exactly. So you can say, I'm interested in reading books, or I'm interested in traveling. Don't forget, interested in, not interesting in.
All right, let's look at the phrase, I think that she is more better than him. This is a common mistake that people make when comparing things.
The correct phrase is, I think she is better than him. We don't need to add more with comparatives like better, faster, or taller. Just say the adjective with the ER form.
Exactly. So it's better, not more better. You can say, this pizza is better than that one, or I feel better now.
All right, let's end with a classic one that confuses a lot of learners. I'm going to the home. Doesn't sound quite right, does it?
Right. The correct phrase is, I'm going home. We don't use the when we're talking about going home. You just say home without the article.
Exactly. So instead of saying, I'm going to the home, just say, I'm going home. It's quick and simple and sounds much more natural.
And that's it. We've covered so many common mistakes today, and we hope you feel more confident with your English.
That's right. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and every mistake is a step towards improvement. Keep practicing and keep using these tips.
Exactly. And don't worry if you make mistakes. That's part of the process. The more you practice, the more natural it will become.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this episode helped you out.
Yes, thanks for listening. And keep working on your English. You're doing great.
We'll see you next time with more tips to make learning English easier. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep practicing, and we'll talk soon.